Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. We're live and on the air for the third show of this year. We're going to go live and start it off down in Helena, Alabama. Going to talk to my good friend, the head coach of the Helena Huskies, head coach Richie Busby. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm good, Stork. How y'all up there?
We're doing really good. It's been really nice weather. Went up to Kentucky last Friday night. We did a game, our only road trip. You know, we normally do one road trip. We went up and saw Kevin's group play in a Hall of Fame bowl. And now the rest of the games are right here in Rutherford County for us. So we kick it off into region play, and so we are excited about Friday night. And I'm guessing by the way you all played this past Friday night, you came up a little short, 34-21 against McAdory. But, man, you know, you slugged it out, didn't you? You stayed in there.
Yeah, and they went up 13-0, and then we came back, went up 14-13, and I think they scored right before the half to make it 19-14. And it's a really good football team. It's probably the best McAdory team they've had in the last 6 to 8 years that we faced. Good couple running backs, offensive lines. I mean, it's just a solid football team all the way around, kicking game and all. And, you know, we're just so inexperienced. We made some mistakes. And first drive of the night, we got a receiver that's in the wrong area, and he tips the ball that should have go into a wide open receiver and turns into a pick. It's just some things that we couldn't afford to have happen, which is usually the way it works. But our kids fought, did some really good things. But, you know, it's like I told you, I feel like we're a year away from being where we need to be, and there's nothing we can do about that. And we can't make mistakes to help anybody that we're playing. So I was proud of our effort. Our kids played hard, and, you know, it just, there's one of those years, it just is what it is. They were better than us.
And so where does that put you? You know, your quarterback, how'd you feel like he did, you know, Friday night?
I thought he played okay. He's out this week. He got a concussion, which we were not aware of during the game, but over the weekend, you know, he informed the medical people that he was having symptoms of a concussion. So he's out this week, and hopefully we'll get him back next week. So our backup's going to have to play this week. I feel really good about him. He had a great week of practice. So region play starts for us as well. And, you know, we got to put the McAdory game behind us. I think when everything shakes out between now and November, looking back and losing to McAdory, you know, be nothing for us to hang our head about.
No, I don't think so. And where do you think the easiest cleanup was? Was it a lot of missed assignments? What was it for your first game? How did it go? Did you have some bonehead penalties, or what stopped drives? Did you have any penalty stopping drives that, you know, you're like, you can't do that?
Yeah, you know, we have a new offensive coordinator, you know, and I think if he had to go back, we would do some things different. I think he called a good game overall. Yeah, I don't know if we had any drive-stopping penalties. We had what you would see when you're starting 4 new offensive linemen.
Okay.
On the front, and just, you know, it takes time for those guys to get together and move fluid and do things together, and that takes time. You know, things that you can't necessarily. They're obviously, if McAdory is a better football team than we are, top to bottom, so we can't replicate their speed in practice. So the way they play and things like that, it's you know, those offensive linemen have to work in unison, and more than anybody on the field, they have to have a feel for one another. And when you're starting 4 new ones, and not only 4 new ones, but 4 new ones that have never started a varsity football game, I thought at times they did well, and they held up in pass protection pretty good. It's the run scheme. We're a gap scheme team, and we just didn't carry out some assignments like we needed to in certain areas. But overall, I was proud of them. I know that's hard to say when you get beat by 2 touchdowns basically. But I thought they did some good things. They showed some positive things. So, that team was as good as probably anybody we'll face, except maybe, Moody, as far as personnel goes. And we were in the game in the second half, and we just made a few mistakes, and they hit 3 touchdowns over the top of us. They're a really good RPO team, so you got to take that away. Well, when you do, their speed gets you over the top. So, it's one of those things: do you die a slow death or a fast death? You got to choose what you want to do. And when we tried to mix it up, and they caught us, and their quarterback played extremely well and threw some balls that we were in good position defensively, just threw them where we couldn't get to them. And you got to tip your hat on those. And the 50-50 balls, they caught 3 of them for touchdowns. So, been doing this long, you kind of tip your hat and move on.
Well, and that's just it. It was a non-region game for you, and now you move into region play. And Chilton County, who sets at 1-1, and when you flip on the video, of course, I always hear Chilton County, they're really big. So is that changed?
No, they grow a lot of peaches in Chilton County. There's a lot of farming goes on, and we've been in their region 6 of the 8 years I've been at Helena, and they haven't been very successful. When you turn the film on, they've got some of the best-looking athletes that we'll face. It's just one of those situations where they've had a revolving door as the head coach. So they're running single wing, which they've thrown 6 passes in 2 games. So they do have the ability to take the ball, and it may be one of those games where we may get 3 possessions each half. So with that being said, a very young offensive line, we've got to capitalize when we get the ball and not allow them to keep it from us all night, because they do have the ability to do that. They're big up front. They've got a couple really good running backs. And they're not going to put the ball in the air unless they absolutely have to. So, we will need to, when we do get the ball, we will need to put points on the board, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown.
I hear you. Injury-wise, how'd you do?
Well, other than our quarterback being out this week, pretty good. Our best linebacker, one of our best linebackers, probably our best prospect in the whole program, has been out, and he'll be out for another couple of weeks. He had to have a plate put in his hand. So, but we didn't play with him last week. We won't play with him this week. So overall, 95% of our bunch is ready to go Friday night. So, it's like I told them, we got to put this one behind us. We played a really good football team. We got a lot of good experience from it that we can't replace. So nothing we can do about that one, but it doesn't affect the games that are coming up that we need to win to get in the playoffs.
Chilton County, Clanton. That's where you normally stop. They got at the Peach, and they got at that store. Yeah, you stop there, and they got a great chicken salad sandwich. I've always got that chicken salad sandwich there. And then one night, I stayed one night. You're not gonna believe this. I stayed all night in Clanton. One night, Sonny's uncle lived on Lake Mitchell. Uncle Jimmy. And we went on this deer hunt with dogs. Uncle Jimmy ran it. And it was the wildest thing I've ever been a part of. I can just leave it at that. It was.
You know who lives really close to that Peach on 65 now, don't you?
No, does Hollywood live real close to the Peach? I knew he said he moved out of the country.
Oh, yeah, really close. He can get off that exit, go to his house, even though he hasn't had me over yet. But, I mean, he's like, well, we're going to have to root for you even though we live here. And I'm like, well, you better.
You think? So, you think Hollywood?
Yeah.
Do they
Hollywood's living in the country down where they grow peaches, so I don't know that he gets to keep that name anymore.
Well, do they even have a golf course in Chilton County?
They do. They have a 9-hole course. You can see it from the end zone of their stadium.
Really? Well, there's a tidbit
it would probably be a little beneath our friend Hollywood, but I hear it's a fun little 9-hole course.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, I can't thank you enough, Coach, for joining us on Inside the Headset. Good luck Friday night as you take on Chilton County, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Stork. Go Huskies.
Go Huskies.